You're watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now, and topping the list for us tonight, a McMinn County woman accused of having sex with underage high school students has officially now been charged by a grand jury. Yesterday, we told you about 38-year-old Melissa Blair. She was arrested for sex crimes against the students from McMinn Central High School. 2 of the 9 victims are now adults, the other 7 under the age of 18. Blair now faces 24 charges for solicitation of a minor, patronizing prostitution, aggravated statutory rape, and forfeiture of personal property. Now, yesterday, McMinn County authorities told us Blair posted her $100,000 bail. She is set to be arraigned on February 28th. Now, today we spoke with experts about what can be done to prevent situations like this in the future. The Sexual Assault Center of East Tennessee tells us there are often red flags that something like this could be going on.
Using a lot of uncomfortable language, then you definitely, and they're asking you to keep that a secret, definitely is a red flag. If they try to get you to leave your house and meet them somewhere, and a lot of times groomers will say that there's a special bond between them and the victim.
Bill says the key for these victims is finding a trusted adult who understands it's not the victim's fault. Now, this could include a counselor, a therapist, a school resource officer, or even a principal or a teacher, somebody who you know is going to listen to you as well as respect you. And if you need any help, the 24/7 hotline for the Sexual Assault Center of East Tennessee is 865-522-7273. They serve 13 East Tennessee counties for anyone who may be in need. Next here on the Big 7, the TBI is investigating what led to an officer-involved shooting in West Knox County. Happened this morning. We're told deputies were sent to check out suspicious activity reported near Lexington Drive right around 9:30. That is where officers found 2 people sleeping inside a car. Now, according to an arrest report, the couple did not comply with commands, and a woman tried to grab one deputy's gun. Then the man in the driver's seat tried to run that deputy over. That's when KCSO says a deputy fired his weapon, hitting the driver. He still tried to drive away, hitting 3 vehicles before he crashed. The couple then got out of the car and ran, but deputies quickly caught up with them. The TBI says both suspects were sent to a local hospital to be treated for their injuries. No word on their names or any charges they may be facing right now, but fortunately, no deputies were hurt in the incident. In our next Big 7 story, a legacy of service is continued tonight after a Loudoun County Sheriff's deputy was killed in the line of duty. For more than a week now, we've been following the tragic death of Sergeant Chris Jenkins, hit on I-75 while working a call. Now his son, Deputy Clay Jenkins, has pledged to follow in his father's footsteps by continuing to wear the uniform. Jenkins says he knew immediately he wanted to keep badge number 904 in service. Today, he celebrated, and we celebrated his and the badge's first day back on the job with a special ceremony and message from dispatch.
904, you have big shoes to fill. We know your dad taught you everything you need to know to fill them. We will have your back every step of the way as you bring honor to 904. We love you, Clay. We are proud of you, and so is your dad.
I've always dreamed of being my dad, following his footsteps. So now being his badge number means a lot to me. It's one of the things I've always said jokingly that I would always do was get that number, but not in this way. I didn't want it this way, but God has a plan for everything.
Loudoun County deputy will take over more than just the number. He'll also become the new handler of his dad's K9 Deja and drive his dad's patrol car. Well, someone else got the opportunity to pay tribute to Deputy Chris Jenkins today. Becky Kerr has been his friend since 2004 when he pretended to arrest her. The next day, he became her real-life hero when she was hit by a drunk driver on 321. Sergeant Jenkins had not been patrolling long, and it was his first time working a bad wreck. He ran up to the truck to check on her without realizing who he was helping. It wasn't until he checked her driver's license that reality then set in. He got sick to his stomach and drove to Becky's house, telling her parents, "She's still alive, that's all I know." Becky recovered but was on crutches for 3 months.
Chris never forgot about me. He would come visit me when he was over here patrolling, and I could see the driveway from where I sat. And when that Loudoun County patrol car would come up my driveway, it would just make my day so much better.
Becky says she'll never forget how happy it made her to know he cared. Next here on the Big 7, 1 year after the murder of a Knoxville teen, KPD still searching for answers. 15-year-old Janaria Muhammad was shot and killed outside her home in East Knoxville 1 year ago today. Now, no one has been arrested or charged in this case. Investigators believe someone in a blacked out car shot Janaria and fled the scene before police arrived. Investigators are now offering up to $3,000 for information regarding her murder. Anyone with information is asked to contact the East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. We've got the number for you. It's 865-215-7165. Next here in the Big 7, another story we're following for you. 3 people are dead following an early morning mobile home fire in Campbell County. The Caryville Fire Department says the fire broke out around 5 o'clock this morning at Cove Lake Circle Mobile Home Park. Caryville Volunteer Fire Department says the 2 women and 1 man are dead. TBI will be investigating this fire to figure out what exactly happened. Now, we spoke with Robert Stooksbury from the fire department, who says when you have a fully involved structure fire like this, all you can do is the best you can.
At that point, when you have one totally involved like this, the only thing you can do is try to get the fire out and then go search for victims.
The 3 victims were transported to a nearby morgue where an autopsy will determine the cause of death. Next here on the Big 7, we have the Knox County Health Department's COVID-19 numbers for you, and these reflect the week of February 5th through the 12th. They are reporting 1,234 people in Knox County have now died from the virus. That's 50 new deaths since the last report. However, officials with the health department tell us 24 of those deaths are from earlier data, with some going all the way back to November. Health department also reporting 5,663 active cases. That number, a massive decrease of more than 4,200 cases since the last report. Meanwhile, UT Medical Center is reporting a slight increase in hospitalizations. That number, 117 as of this morning. While it's slightly higher than the day before, you can see on this graph the number of hospitalizations is trending downward over the past 2 weeks after peaking earlier this month. And taking a look at COVID cases across the state, the Tennessee Department of Health reporting over 10,000 positive cases per day last week. 65 additional deaths occurred every day as well. In all, nearly 2 million Tennesseans have tested positive for COVID-19 since the beginning of the pandemic.